Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. The one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland, off here to a glorious 1v1 on Bocage in the north of this PFC, fighting for the Red Army of the Soviet Union. Comrade Stalin here with the 10th Tank Corps, featuring urban defense with Fort Headquarters, light anti-tank guns, shock troopers, booby traps, and the KV-2 heavy assault tank forming up here to assault the fascist lines under the command of Ashablois with the Oberkommando West, here with the 6th Panzer Division with special operations, breakthrough, and Overwatch. Tasked with breaking through the Soviet lines and trying to establish some sort of order here. So we got Focus of Kuwagen there for Ashablois, doubling the interpunitive build here for PFC, Overwatch for Ashablois, pretty much the most popular Overwatch commander at the moment with the Eagle Infantry upgrade, early warning systems for the fatherland, like the Feldherrwitz Axane and the Sector Assault. Engineers sending out for the army, with punitive to fill up there, and as always a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, champions and heroes one and all, and without them this episode so many hours would not be possible, so big thanks to all those. Other people can join their illustrious rank and become a Company of Heroes member there, or part of my Company of Heroes, would be able to put it, by pledging on Patreon, or they can donate via PayPal. Links in the description. Finally, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that helps out a bunch as well there. Scout care for PFC, some motorization there for the infantry to strike hard into the heart of the German lines here, perhaps. So the M3A1 there, American Lend-Lease equipment, was used primarily in the Soviet reconnaissance formations, which are more like, exploitation elements, like, find gaps in the German lines, then push through, and sort of like keep gaps open there until the main Soviet force could arrive. They would be equipped with a variety of equipment, but in fact, heavily, like probably like the ones that's like heaviest equipped, that's like just non-Soviet equipment, like Valentine tanks, Harley-Davidson motorcycles, universal carriers, and of course the M3A1 scout car with some of the equipment the reconnaissance formations in the Soviet army had access to. But while they're coming up there for PFC, got the scout car, they're heading eastwards, engineers basically up north, at least basically they're sort of waiting there. But so far, map is pretty much 50-50 split across by the river here through the center. Well, river, more like the stream, I suppose, would be a more accurate way to describe it. Got these forces of the Sturmpunimi, got their Ashablois converging all the forces there. We got the scout car inbound with the engineers inside. Not enough news for the flamethrower yet, but PFC is still closer as Ashablois. Steadily moving up here, forces of the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Company here, Kuwagen on the flank here. A Kedner for Ashablois to obviously try and counter this early scout car. Punitive equipment is almost done, and there you go, munitions are on the way there for the flamethrower. But that said, Ashablois of course is aware of the scout car on the west side, engineers probing up here, taking advantage of Ashablois there to focus hard in the southern part of the map there, fix up the scout car rapidly with a bit of welding there. And there we go, Raketenwerfer. Sturmpunimi positioning a bit here. Kuwagen responding here to the engineers trespassing in the north, and there goes 2nd Penal Support ready there for PFC. And now diving in here with the scout car, flamethrowers there, burning through the Ashablois forces rapidly here. Eastern flank there is suddenly under intense duress here as PFC strikes for the Red Army, catching Ashablois forces. They're definitely off guard. Not enough force comes to stop the scout car. The Sturmpuni actually tend to be one of the better early counters in the sense as they sort of do have some decent performance, whereas the M3A1, but the problem of course is like, you actually kind of need 2 of them to like have a decent chance of counting the scout car with them, by the way. So fun sight right there. Pins are flanking up here. Now the full squad there for Ashablois, popping into the building here, quickly off counter against the Germans here. Quick swift response to the PFC leaves the forces already low in health in an even worse spot here against PFC's flamethrower engineers. Scout car there providing pressure. Grab the fuel pump running against here Ashablois. Really good push for the PFC. Further like just inflicting harm on Ashablois, and the 6th Panzer Division forcing Ashablois to pretty much retreat all the way into the base here up north. We got mines from the victory point there as well. Really good push here with PFC, showing the power of motorization and of course well delivered strikes there. But we got the Kedmer at the ready to ambush the M3A1 and blow it to bits, hopefully. For Ashablois' sake, of course. 3rd Penal Squad for PFC. We'll probably see the anti-tank guns. Whether we will be seeing any shock troops, of course, is going to be another question entirely. Penal's flanking in here. Grab the point here, grab the point there. I mean, so far PFC is making excellent progress as the Germans. 6th Panzer Division's counterattack so far has met with limited success against the Russians. Picks up the scout car again there. Veterans who 1 gained, opening up for the overdrive ability. Medics ready for PFC. Sandbags up in the fuel pump, but still this is off to a pretty rough start for the Germans. Got the Punic Squad, they're ready behind heavy code to withstand any German attack there with their semi-automatic rifles. Forces advancing into that and cross negative cover at that, taking quite a bit of damage rapidly, and there you go, Friedrich drops dead. Eagle squad out here for Ashablois, no surprise on that. They will need the battle group headquarters up in the near future, or mechanized as they can upgrade it with the G40 fleet. There you go, nice flank attempt, but stopped here by the Kedenwerfer. Still, this is damage can quickly fixed up by the engineers, so even then it's not like a huge blow, just a temporary setback. Digging in by the eastern victory point there. Still, PFC continues to just excel in map control here. We'll of course have to see where this leads, but my expectation is probably like a relatively fast tank command into a T-70, though PFC could also try like the fast anti-aircraft tower attack, or even like try and rush for the T-34s and 6. All three options I'd say are equally viable. Mechanized Regiment for Ashablois. Strafbart there moving about with the SVD-40 semi-automatic rifle, fix up the scout car here. Harder work there. Sergius, do we have to weld this while in the water? Well, of course, that's where you're grounded. What are you talking about? Shut up. Punic the Volkskunde is there. Sturmpini caught it with a minesweeper out in the open. That is less great. There was the scout corps immediately there. Heinz there drops there. We got the Punic without close with the Jägers, but the Jägers definitely hit back hard. The Strafbart. Betty 2 gain the scout car, increasing a lot of abilities. There we go. Got second command put out. And take them away, but no immediate call-ins, no anti-tank guns or shock troopers. That said, once this is done, they can already go for the T7 Mr. PFC, so obviously, why go for light anti-tank or shock troopers when you just go for the T70? That's not exactly, you know, a university grade philosophy exam questions like, you know, it's like, when you can go for, you know, for T70, do you then bother with shock troopers and anti-tank guns? No, you just go for the T70, obviously. So, I mean, that's pretty straightforward here for PFC. Pretty straightforward. Right there in the east, in the west side, we got the Volkswagen up there. Strafbart there, forced back with the Kubak doing what he can here for Deutschland with this little machine gun there on the back. Eastern point, this is for the Strafbart. There we go, take done, and again, T70 is pretty much available immediately for PFC versus Ashablois, who's yet to set up the track. There we go, T7 light tank for PFC. We'll have to see, of course, when PFC actually makes use of the commander, though, here versus Ashablois. I mean, it could be he's just planning it like for the KV-2 heavy assault tank, but again, as I always say, if you're just going for like a commander just for a single thing, you may want to consider something else. Then we've got mines down here, though, for Ashablois. Volkswagen on the west side, Strafbart going to get the scout coming ahead again there. Big, great use of mobility here. Thumbs up to PFC. Mines down there for PFC. Light tank out there for PFC, the T70. Jägers Volkswagen against the Strafbart there. Mines cancelled there. I think PFC realised that was going to be a too exposed position. T7 sitting out there. Mechanized regiment, so Ashablois here definitely reacting to the current state of affairs here. They'll probably hit back with a Puma. There we go, the 234-2 here. Schwerer Panzerspielwagen for Ashablois. Can also immediately upgrade the Jägers then into the munitions for the G43 there. Marksman rifle. Pulling back the T70. We do get shock troopers out for PC, lovely. The Sturmovix is also known, basically assault sappers, specialist units in the Soviet army. Similar in the sense of the Sturmpioniere. Fun fact there. The pioneers, technically, in most cases, really not Sturm pioneers, but you know, detailed Teton is setting up with them. The body armor that was really only used for like urban combat, where they most cut more like kind of like 9mm parabellum stuff there, which is the body armor was good against bolt action rifles, assault rifles, anything like that, and it's just like the body armor was not very useful. So anyways, Puma out there for Ashablois and the German army, supported the 6th Panzer Division, T7 Mobile and the Volksgrenadiers, getting a nice kill there, 3 kills so far. We'll need the light to tank and IT or assist 3, of course, to stop the Puma. Unless PFC intends to rely on the anti-tank rifles here, which Seems a bit unlike there. Go shocked with the right in the Jaegers there with their PPSH-41 submachine guns. Looks hier auf Ashablois, committing more from the reconnaissance or Aufklärungsabteilung here versus the Red Army. Puma there with 1 kill. And the far west gun units with the Fultz Grenadiers, heading for the eastern victory point there. 2 kills on the Puma so far, shoots, misses, and there you go, we do get the M42-45 and anti-tank out for PFC to respond to this motorized menace. From Ashablois on the 6th Panzer Division. Got the Pumas up with the Puma. Cracks machine gun they're doing what they can alongside the main gun. The 50mm gun. Roughly in terms of power equal to that of the Panzer III's cannon, not specifically the later model Panzer III's with their higher velocity guns. Got mines being laid down in the PFC. Very good, thumbs up. It's got the looks, it's got the Puma here for Ashablois. Line to being moved forwards. Shock troopers there healing. Preparing for the next big assault against fascism. We do get also some anti-tank rifles for PFC's forces. Still, map control wise, PFC is definitely ahead on Ashablois, particularly in terms of victory points. The Red Army is sailing ahead here. Looks they're apparently having some issues there. Also got some mines there for Ashablois. Thumbs up to that. Definitely both sides have been busy mining. Good to see. And both also have minesweepers. They're obviously aware the other side is mining, obviously. Also mines there. Thumbs up. Could even consider like some booby traps. So there's a around there. Go shock being ambushed there by the Jaegers. And they're going to enter the mine. Great situation here for Ashablois. Definitely not great there for PFC. Shock troopers do get the grenade off the Jaegers, but gets a kill there. But still, the Jaegers will remain. The shock troopers will have to retreat no matter what. You also got the Puma taking hits from the 90 gun. Punching a few shots there through it. Jaegers all right in the face of the Strafbat and the remaining force on the west side here. Lighter skirmishing here, as of course, both sides are looking to, like, always probe the map there. If either side, suddenly gives up on the other side, the other will exploit that. So they sort of, like, have to be a bit smart about this. But at the same time, when they spread out so much, it also gives the other player the opportunity to, like, converge to quickly, like, make a push here. So some high-stakes action between two, I would say, fairly high-skill players here who definitely know how to, like, make full use of the map there. Strafbat there, right about the Sturmpioniere. There you go, some light hits in the looks, but nothing significant against the German light tank in the west. The Fultz hitting a mine there. We'll have to see, of course, what PFC goes next, but I imagine a mechanized summer company in the near future. Got Loosman force with his auto cannon. Line to tank in there lands a single hit, then the looks punches through the front llama, and we got an MD-35 Ashablois in the German army. Shock doing out there, T-7 has got the scout car there close. Actually, Fleet's actually still alive. Nice work there on PFC so far. Bombarding the folks on the west there. Looks moving up. Puma there. Holding back, awaiting repairs, focusing on the Kuhwagen. That's going to be fast repair there. Shock troopers taking a concussive grenade. Nice throw there by Ashablois. Looks though it is heavily damaging. The Sturmpanzer closing on the shock troopers. Need to fall back with them or pop a grenade, I guess. That's it up close. The Sturmpanzer actually made a mistake getting too close to the shock troopers. Again, up close, the submachine guns will eat them up. The PPSH-41 had an incredibly high rate of fire. It was like something like 900 rounds per minute. And could basically down a lot of fire up close. Fun fact, the Germans actually captured millions of them, but actually convert, I think, roughly 1 to 2 million towards using German ammunition. They call it the MP41R. Would basically use 32 round magazines there. So a little fun fact there. Smoke grenade off, but even then they just also used loads of captured Russian ammunition. Grab the Eastern Point here, mechanized summer company for PFC. Probably going to be a fast T-34 from 60. Could try to course stall for the KV2, but right now I think that would be a strategically, tactically, operationally silly choice. Then we could just churn out T-34 from 60, at least a couple of them, to put more pressure on Ashablois, in particular with the Puma out there. Not the anti-tank ambush, shoots and misses its shot on the Puma. Lucky there for Ashablois. Anti-tank rifle, definitely a bit of an impact. Still, PFC maintains excellent map control here, and there we go. Full squad about to get wiped out. Definitely all sort of things there, and allowed for an easy kill for PFC. Also looks like we're seeing a push up north, going to push to the fuel point there. Again, we can see there, but the southern flank is being basically left completely wide open. Most likely the Ashablois hoping then to use the light vehicles to cover the centre and the south here. Bit of a risky strategy there, but again can work out if the infantry assault fares well in the north. But we'll still need support against the T-70. I think here PFC is divining what is still happening, and the looks is down. Suddenly making Ashablois northern push strategy already there. You know, a bit more risky, but again, it does seem to not be necessary, as again, PFC is moving everything he can to withstand Ashablois' northern push, so maybe that won't be necessary after all. But there you go, mechanized armor company is done. And again, has the fuel for the T-34-6, in fact, almost has the fuel for 2 T-34-6s at this rate. And certainly almost has the manpower. Smoke grenade deployed with the shock troopers, very good. Keeping close to there. See something about there, engaging the Fulton these. Bouncing there, flanking the Fulton these. There you go, quick grenade off. Good kill there. But there you go, caught the infantry for close save there for Ashablois and the German army. Pumulating hit from the T-Swing pursuit. There you go, Panderfast. A nice aggressive dive there. PFC though is swiftly punished in turn here by Ashablois and the German army. Shock was about to get wiped out here. Need to retreat them now. T-70 combust, but again can go for the T-34-6. On the other hand, PFC at this point might just be tempted to go for the KV-2. I mean, they gained so much experience doing all of this fighting. They're like basically a command point away from the KV-2, and resource-wise, they're not too far away either. So I can understand the temptation here from PFC to just go for the KV-2. Honestly, just going for a bunch of T-34-6s would also be pretty good, but I can understand the temptation. Ashablois make up some of these losses with more Jaegers here to hunt down the Soviet infantry. MG-34 left to basically hold the entire northern front. But yeah, the assault there ultimately, despite getting rid of the T-70, didn't quite succeed and actually cost them the looks down south here. And now we got PFC with a counterattack here, exploiting in the failed attack there from Ashablois. And no tech yet either for Ashablois, so I would say this KV-2 stall is going to be very successful. Plus, no man, again, the intensity of the action means like he can get out like a heavy tank pretty fast. We're talking like, yeah, no, at this rate, probably like, you know, before the 20-minute mark, and typically with most players, like they can typically only get like heavy armor around the 21-minute mark. That's typically the standard here. So again, it's certainly a sign of just how aggressive this fight has been, but also just how well PFC's been able to like, control the map, that he can actually get away with a relatively fast KV-2 heavy tank at this rate. So I think that's a really good point to make there. These troops reinforcing healing. Shocked they're catching the troops. They're not fully reinforced though. Bit too quick there, pushing for the southern point. Scout Club getting points as it can do that, thanks to its veterancy ability. Moving forward here for Ashablois. North we got the entertainer hiding out there, Carfon being hit, but again, at this point, like, it's not gonna like stop the KV-2. Has the manpower, almost has the fuel. At this point, PFC just need to do the damage, and yeah, we're looking at a 19-minute mark KV-2 here, unless something goes horribly wrong, which would be a bit surprising, honestly. So yeah, moving in there with the scout car, engaging the Sturmpioneer. Just looking for that extra bit of damage here. There we go. 19 minutes. In fact, right before the 19-minute mark. Yeah, 19-minute mark here. KV-2 heavy assault tank. Equipped with a 152mm gun. Not a lot of them were made. It's also not entirely clear how they were organised, actually. But they were, at the start of the war, quite formidable due to the armour back then being quite tough to crack for the Germans. Except with flak 88s and howitzers. Since most of the tanks just couldn't penetrate it. That said, again, there weren't a lot of them. And by, you know, 1945, the armour wasn't really impressive, and fairly soon they lost pretty much all of them by that point. And he's running out with the KV-2, going straight for the Jaegers here. Good hit there. He neatly obliterates Heinz there. Shatters his entire body and splits it across a fairly large amount of terrain here. Puma's up there on the Strafbat. So how will Ashablois react? I mean, they do have the Schwere Wehrmachtschlepper out there. Jäger's being about here with the KV2. Pulls ahead here. One kill so far. Cameron's got hit straight through the side armour. Certainly a very large profile, so easy to hit, that's for sure. Like, you'd have to, like, be practically trying to miss the side of that one. And even that might be hard. Yeah, because opening up, we got the KV2 right, fairly close range there. Go immediately treats walls shatter. Alongside poor Heinz there, who's face down the water. Alongside most of the what remains of his spine. Nice hit in the Puma. KV2 there with 2 kills. It's not landing the most strongest hits, and I mean, they're looking very flashy, but they're not landing a lot of kills right here on Ashablois, so that's something for Ashablois. Like, if it's that start to like really deliver those crushing hits, then Ashablois is going to be in some deep sauerkraut. When you fit for repositioning here. Ooh, flank here by Ashablois. Thumbs up to that. Very good. They actually explored again. PFC safe folks to explode up there. Again, what I talked about earlier. So thumbs up there to Ashablois. Even as they're dealing with the advance of the KV2, Ashablois on opportunities to exploit that. That's some good play. And you dealing with the advancing Strafbat here. Scout Car being grabbing up the eastern point. As you can see now, PFC returning the favour there. Also very good. KV2 that's bombarding there, making use of its, well, find positions ability, just hammer away from a far distance. Like a really heavy mortar. Comes there pinned down by the MD-34. Puma shoots, misses, and the west side we got the infantry moving up. Got 285 to 334, but Ashablois at this point is activated close to the victory point, get between them somewhat. That's some good work there. Again, well, the Q2 move certainly was not the most risky. At the same time, but nonetheless did give Ashablois more time to come back. Like, had PFC just gone for some T-34, some 6s first, I think the situation would have been much worse for Ashablois in several ways. But, yeah, again, under the current circumstances, PFC going for the Q2, like, kind of makes sense. Worth knowing about, PFC's got a ton of munitions. Could he's like benefit from like laying down more mines or booby traps. People really neglect booby traps, but they can be quite good. Shocked advancing here, halfway to the east level. Scout car they're holding back. They just using that to light support, but also just capping there. I feel like though at some point PFC more like try using for something more aggressive here versus Ashablois. Also got the Spear Pentacles all the way in the south corner. Let me see what Ashablois is thinking. Is it a Panther? Jagdpanzer? And it is a Panther. Panzerkampfwagen 5. Eastern Victim, you see the Jägers, the following up here, staying to the Penal Troopers there with 20 kills in the name of the Rodina. Is it Rodina? I always keep messing that one up. My apologies there. Track there for the Schwere Wehrmachtschlepper. Katusha on the way there for PFC. Not a bad idea, but I do feel like just more tanks right now would be, really good choice for PFC, honestly, as well. And a mortar, maybe. Folks cloaking back by the Penal Troopers here. Jäger's on the way, and there we go. Oh, cancels the Panther instead for the tech, so that's going to be a King Tiger for Ashablois. Going to hit back at the third heavy tank with an even heavier German tank. Bold strategy there, bold strategy. And definitely gives PFC more time to, like, stabilize and capitalize. So definitely not say that as the most super recommended choice there for Ashablois. Then Ashablois is also a much better player than me, so they can probably make it work, but it's definitely not what I'd recommend for the average player. Great hit from the KV2 on the Puma. Of course, had that been an actual Puma, as an actual KV2, the Puma would just been like, sent flying in the other direction. The crew would just be pulverized. They had to scrape it off with a power hose. So, quick note there, obviously. KV2 moving force there for PFC. that was lucky for the Sturmpioneer. 7 kills in the KV2, close to Veteran 2-1. Ooh, almost got a wipe in the MD-34. Yeah, that's going to be wiping unless Ashablois has the Devil's Own luck. Which apparently they do. That's kind of lucky there for Ashablois. 9 kills in the KV2. By 1945, any KV tanks would have been the KV-85, which is sort of like an interim solution as they move towards the IS-2 tank series. Basically, KV tank with a larger turret and 85mm gun. There we go, good hit on the Fulls Grenadiers. But nothing enough to kill them, but if they stick around for another shot, that could be a wipe there. And I think the Ashablois realises this and just gets them the hell out of there. The extreme decent victory point. Attrition, by the way, got 2 kills with that first shot there. We got the Belgo headquarters that of course provides healing for Ashablois, but of course it's going to be primarily used as a means of getting towards that King Tiger. So this will be a heavy armor fight here. Eastern Ponding sees with the Jaegers. Sturmpioneer versus the Penal Troopers. SV40s versus Sturmgewehr 44. Got the info plan coming fire here. Which is about there's some machine gun crew in there. Go blade, it's half the crew in a matter of seconds. Second volley there completely shatters the machine gun and leaves the crew utterly gone. There go Puma's trying to creep on it, taking out the Katyusha's dead, encounters the KV2 and the anti-tank gun, almost being destroyed. He 2 anti-tank gun could finish it off here, but no. Undercover smoke, the Puma is narrowly able to escape here, PFC. Narrowly. That's set. Ashablois controlled 3 victory points, so that's pretty good for Ashablois. Really starts to beat down PFC. PFC that can go for a T-34 from 6, fixing the KV2, which is half 8 to Veteran 2. That's a lot of 2s, by the way. Meanwhile, the King Tiger, aka the Tiger 2, is close to by there for Ashablois. Almost has the fuel. Manpower wise, Ashablois is not far off either. Chocolate was the MD-34, which gains Veteran 3. Dealing with some of the advancing troops there. Very good. 9 kills.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
10 kills. Really getting closer towards Veteran 4, honestly. Good hit on the Jaegers over the KV2. Smashing, in fact. Nasty on the Jaegers over the KV2. Back to bombardment mode. And there we go. Königstiger gefechtsbereit hier für Ashablois. Something by the nearby 505 schwere Panzerabteilung. I mean, at this point, the M31 is basically just a really big Kugelwagen, since he's basically just using it like that. Still no tanks. The tank destroyers, of course, with the King Tiger out, the tank destroyer will be necessary, in fact, getting, and there you go, direct hit by the Königstiger. Or by the shock troops from the Königstiger. The KV2 shoots back, doesn't really do much damage. There we go. Yevgeny utterly annihilated there by the King Tiger, and it's 88mm high velocity gun. KV2 slightly scratches the paint job. But that's about it. Almost wiped the shock troopers there with the Königstiger. Almost got the shock troopers here, possibly wiped with the Sturmpioneer. Whether to put away the Minesweeper, that could do it, but no. And there you go. Ivan there allowed to live. H5 is almost on the PFC. King Tiger going straight for the KV2. We got the line to tank him, which sadly is pretty much of no consequence to the King Tiger at all. There goes. Light penetrating hit there. Light penetrating. People trying to get close, but the MD-34 coverage provides excellent counter fire there. Veteran 4 in fact. That is really good there for Ashablois. It's really good. That set wipes the Steel Punch retreat with the Katyusha barrage. That was a really good barrage there. Machine that makes it through near ace level in fact there for Ashablois. KV2 West goes straight for the front. Veteran 2 on the KV2 heavy tank. King Tiger the advantage goes straight for the KV2. We got the H5 moving in here. Lines tank and shoots through the side. Tries to get through the King Tiger side. Obviously, there's no chance there. H5 shoots, fails to penetrate, and King Tiger shoots back, but there you go. More bounce from the King anti-tank. I mean, he's pretty much got no chance against the King Tiger. Obviously, wouldn't have that in the war either. All it would have done is just signal to the King Tiger that, hey, we're here, and we're ready to die. Got the Puma fine in there. Wombo combo from the KV2 and the H5 leaves the Puma, well, pretty much a pressure cooker. We got 213, 230. Ashablois has almost brought PFC down to their level. We've got a Sturm Pianist on the way there. Probably for mines, but there's also more ways to repair the King Tiger faster. Makes sense. Okay, two them opening up the advancing Jaegers. Scout car there, close being destroyed. And we got air support here. Ashablois unleashes the Luftwaffe. Saying in Stuka. There to engage the Soviets. H5 taking hits from the Kanonenvogel. PFC's really being pushed back here. Ashablois' assault there is having a riveting success here against PFC and the Red Army. Need both engineer escorts there, but they're both being suppressed by the air support. It's a definite bit of a rough spot here for PFC. The air support is just pretty much paralysing PFC for the time being, allowing Ashablois to uncontested seize most of the map there. Excellent use of the air sector assault there, which is definitely not something you may consider to use that, but in the way used correctly, you can pretty much just keep your opponent within the base while you just gobble up the rest of the map there. So, good play there by Ashablois. And so I think also shows one reason why the commanders of Poplar is basically just sector assault is an incredibly powerful ability. Unless of course your opponent has air support, but anti-aircraft support, but PFC didn't bother with that, despite, you know, holy crap, he's fighting like 600 almost ammunition. That's definitely a massive oversight. Again, could lay down mines, booby traps en masse, in particular the two engineer squads. I definitely say that is a bit of an oversight for PFC, to put it gently. Holy shit, the 45 minute gun actually got through the King Tiger's frontal armor. And again? And like at max range. Is really lucky there for line to tank and crew. That's it, the Sturmhard can quickly fix the damage. Keep zooming in, then you feel they're catching the stuff, but they're very, very close to the east level there. Send them running. Get it on the KV2 Sano and the Kedma, getting into there you go, Katusha Bouch again, looking to silence that German anti-tank gun. Rock is still up, somewhat off mountain. There we go, the combined Katusha and KV2 damage there. Almost wipes the Kedma crew, but still sufficient enough members are alive to get out of there. King Tiger advances against the scout car. Katusha goes down as an 88mm armor-piercing shell completely tears through the structure, collapsing everything, exploding it. But there you go, H5 landing good here on the King Tiger, down a half health here. Ashablois can go for a Panther 4 or Yak Panzer, following about here with the KV2. I imagine PFC is probably going to try for another H5 here, maybe some T-34s in the center there. MD-34 following up near ace level now. And there you go, ace load achieved on that MD-34 crew, quick loading. And we get a Yak Panzer here for Ashablois to help deal with the Soviet armor and tank destroyers. There we go, Puma Super sent scurrying away there.
The enemy have cut off a sector. Have a use for these skulls.
Jaeger sent packing there. As the KV2 keeps bombarding, got almost at ace load for that one actually. Closer in the Pioneers actually, that was pretty lucky there for Ashablois. Still Yak Panzer right around the corner for Ashablois on the 6th Panther Division. Direct hit here from the KV2. And there you go, H5 hit also goes through there. And apparently the line to tank just keeps penetrating it now all of a sudden. Yak Panzer out here. Or Panzer Jäger. Bunny in the Fox gun is direct hit, almost wiping out the entire unit. Jaeger's into fire here. So far the KV2's not quite hitting them. We got 207 on 18. So what will Ashablois do here against PFC? We shall have to see. Got speed mode active on the Koenigsegger, thumbs up. Get hit on the Yak Panzer there, but there you go, the initial Yak Panzer returns fine. There goes Scout car knocked out. Good kill there for Ashablois. Moves a nice text advantage there for PFC. Still short on manpower. We got the line team getting another pinch hit, but there you go. Looks like at this point Ashablois doesn't care. It is 4 bouts. 82 getting the King Top, now taking him down to the Q2, then taking and the H5 there. Forcing Ashablois to reconsider the current offensive path here, at least for the King Tiger. But does not cease with the Yak Panzer. Jaegers moving forwards under punishing fire. And there you go. KV2 reaches Veteran 3 on the ace level. Yak Panzer shoot, bounces off the armour. We got 194s on 18. Grab these 2 points here. Holy smokes, that was an amazing hit. They almost backed up 2 full gunner scores there. That could have been pretty huge for PFC had he managed that. KVT King Tiger there though. Halfway to death, but it is Veteran 2. We got 194, 112. Got a T-34 some signal fuse. Can't stand to feel like it's going to go for the H5, but I guess the T-34 now makes also a bit of sense. But there you go. Yak Panzer there was the H5. There you go. Another sector assault here. Still no anti-aircraft support here. And there's 800 munitions being flooded here by PFC. An absolutely stunning number. There you go. Canon and Focal Mayor strafing the KV2 there with a 30 anti-tank guns there. Causing significant damage here to the heavy tank. And there the Yak Panzer almost got it. But the KV2 will escape back to base here, but that said, it will once more cause PFC to pretty much discontinue map control here entirely to the German army. Here goes the anti-tank gun. Fresh T-34 systems excited for PFC and the Red Army. There you go, Jaeger's caught here with the dish cap. Shock does ring in, KV2 then down repairs, bombarding him like Kevin's moving up. They're trying to clear out the KV2 inside the base here. Ashablois is fearless, but there you go, realizes they push too far. And they might actually lose the Kevin over to PFC, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point, to be honest. Like, with 98 versus 194. Still need to fix up the KV2. Ashablois still has a King Tiger and a Yak Panzer, so losing the Kevin at this point, I think it's not going to be a massive obstacle here for the German army. Got the H5 rolling head here. Need to be careful though, even without the Kednev, they're still threats here that could cause the H5 tank destroyer quite some grief. Jaeger setting up at the eastern point, no booby traps there either. Almost 900 meters being flooded by PFC. Advancing here, completely cuts down Boris. Dimitri. Smoke grenade off there. Get from the H5, then the King Tiger. Punch straight for the front llama. And 94 to 52. Situation for PFC is getting increasingly intense. And we got another Yak Panzer for Ashablois.
We have only 50 points remaining.
Because why not get 2 of them? If it works with the Stooges, it should definitely work with the Yak Panzers. There we go, quick shot there for the Salama, smoke grenade down, Jaeger's repositioning. Got the Ishii family going for the King Tiger alongside the anti-tank gun here. Got 194 to 41. But like hair fighting against the penals, so they got suppressed due to the spearhead mode there, which gives the front little hull machine gun and the King Tiger suppressive firepower. The MG-34 meanwhile is busy up north. Halfway to the Veteran 3, Yak Panzer the T-54 in the south. Yak Panzer almost on there, go units being hammered by the KV2, 30 kills on it. T-54 rided by the Yak Panzer, which is close to Veteran 2, second Yak Panzer arrives here for Ashablois, so that's 1 King Tiger and 2 Yak Panzers. That's definitely not a forced composition you see very often in companies too. Force managed to flank up behind here, probably through here, and it's causing havoc behind the lines of PFC. Might cost them their lives, but it also just disrupts PFC, completely allowing Ashablois to do more elsewhere. Jagdpanzer raising in here. Entertainer is close to death. Good hit there, Vecchi 2 gain. Need to get the other stuff in there. Otherwise, going to be throwing away the Jagdpanzer, I think. Fulton advancing. Second Jagdpanzer arriving. 24 points left here versus Ashablois on 94. Almost got the Kedner for the Jagdpanzer number 2 racing ahead. First one need repairs or at least of some screening by other elements. The Kedner crew there wiped out. The Kedner is barely up. The Entertainment's about to get cleared out as well here. Situation remains tense in the south here. T-50 was going to try and flank you. We got the other Jagdpanzer support here. We can turn around fast enough. And then, oh, it's shot. Mature vanishes into thin bloody air. Jagdpanzer almost got knocked out. It's only Vecchi 2 that saves a bit here. Can the other Jagdpanzer save it? And there we go. Narrowly saves the Jagdpanzer. King Tiger flanking the KV-2 tank. Kuberwagen contesting the northern point and grabbing it back here in the face of the dead army. Veterans in full gain. The Kuberwagen. Oh, Engineers blocking. We've got 5 points left here. King KV-2 has the two Jagdpanzers all clashing out here. I think the KV-2 is not going to make it back home for Bocage though. There you go, PFC surrenders right. He's down to 1 victory point, and the KV-2 is about to get knocked out here. So there you go, GG, game over. A bit of a rare armor find here on Bocage. Double Jagdpanzers, KV-2s. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Consider donating or pledging on Patreon as well to support the Propagandacast and its noble valiant effort. Links in the description. This is Imperial LinkedIn saying cheers and see you all tomorrow for a nice episode. Bye.